The vast chamber buzzed with the hum of energy fields and the low murmur of countless alien languages. The Galactic Exhibition of Power was the Empire's grandest display, a place where delegates from every corner of the galaxy gathered to witness the latest advancements in technology and weaponry. Towering screens projected images of sleek spacecraft, energy-based weaponry, and shields capable of withstanding planetary bombardment. Amid the throng of spectators, the Earth delegation stood out, though not for reasons of prestige. They were a small group, a mix of military historians, engineers, and diplomats, stationed at a modest display showcasing humanity's technological evolution. The banners behind them depicted the gradual ascent from primitive tools to modern inventions. Yet, compared to the other displays, their setup seemed almost quaint. A voice boomed across the chamber, amplified by the Empire's sophisticated sound systems. And now, the Empire's representative declared, stepping forward with a flourish, "We present the pinnacle of our military might, the VX-990 Plasma Disruptor." A sleek, glowing weapon was unveiled, its edges shimmering with barely contained energy. The demonstration began. The weapon fired a single, concentrated beam, obliterating a heavily armored target in a flash of blinding light. The crowd erupted in applause, many species chittering and cheering in approval. "Observe the future," the representative continued, "a weapon that renders all others obsolete, especially." He paused, glancing toward the Earth delegation. "Those primitive tools of destruction humanity insists on clinging to." Ripples of laughter spread through the crowd, the mocking tones striking a chord with the onlookers. Earth's delegation remained composed, though a few tightened their fists. Their lead representative, a grizzled military historian named Carter, leaned toward his colleagues and whispered, "They think sophistication is the same as effectiveness. Let's remind them otherwise." As the demonstration concluded, the Empire's representative gestured toward the Earth exhibit. "Perhaps our friends from Earth would like to share something from their illustrious history." The sarcasm was palpable, drawing another round of chuckles from the crowd. Carter stepped forward, his expression calm. "We accept your challenge. Allow us to demonstrate one of humanity's most reliable tools of warfare." The room quieted slightly, curiosity piqued. The humans retrieved a large, boxy contraption from their display. It was unmistakably mechanical, its design crude compared to the polished aesthetics of the Empire's arsenal. "What is that?" one alien delegate muttered, their voice thick with derision. "A relic from your planet's dark ages?" Carter ignored the jeers, methodically assembling the weapon with his team. "This," he said evenly, "is a heavy machine gun. Simple, effective, and enduring." He glanced at the Empire's representative, whose smirk widened. "A charming piece of history," the representative sneered. "But surely you're not suggesting it has any relevance here?" Carter simply nodded. "Set up your targets. We'll show you." The room buzzed with anticipation. The human team's calm confidence clashed with the Empire's mocking arrogance, setting the stage for an unexpected clash of philosophies. One rooted in over-engineered complexity, the other in raw, time-tested power. The crowd's amusement lingered as the humans finished assembling the weapon. The heavy machine gun's simple, angular frame a stark contrast to the gleaming, intricate designs of the Empire's plasma weapons. Its bulky structure, supported by a sturdy tripod, looked archaic, almost comical amidst the sea of futuristic technology. Yet the humans worked with precision, their hands steady and their expressions focused. An alien delegate, his bioluminescent skin pulsing faintly, leaned toward the Empire's representative. "Is this some sort of jest? That contraption looks like it belongs in a museum." His words, dripping with disdain, elicited more snickers from the onlookers. The Empire's representative raised a hand, silencing the murmurs. "Let them proceed," he said, his tone smug. "It will be entertaining to see this relic in action." Carter, standing by the gun, gestured toward the prepared testing field. A series of targets stood at various distances, each crafted from advanced composite alloys designed to withstand even the most potent plasma-based weaponry. "Those targets," Carter said, his voice calm but firm, should suffice. The humans loaded the gun with a belt of armor-piercing rounds, their movements efficient and practiced. An engineer in the group took a moment to address the curious stares of the alien spectators. This is a design that relies purely on mechanical force. No energy cells, no exotic materials. It fires projectiles using a controlled chemical explosion. Simple but devastatingly effective. The explanation was met with skeptical murmurs. Chemical explosions? How primitive, one alien scoffed, his voice echoing the general sentiment of the crowd. Carter's gaze remained steady. Sometimes, simplicity endures where complexity falters. He stepped back, giving a silent nod to the gunner, a young but composed member of the team. The gunner took their position, gripping the handles and aligning the sights with the nearest target. "Whenever you're ready," the Empire's representative said, his voice laced with mockery. The human gunner squeezed the trigger. The machine gun roared to life, a deafening cacophony that reverberated through the chamber. The sound was unlike anything the alien spectators had heard before, a relentless, mechanical rhythm that seemed almost alive. The first burst of bullets tore through the air, striking the closest target. The crowd gasped as the projectile impacts sent shockwaves rippling across the target's surface. In an instant, the advanced composite material, engineered to deflect energy weapons, crumpled under the relentless barrage. Fragments of the target scattered across the field, the raw kinetic force overwhelming its structural integrity. The gunner adjusted their aim, unleashing another burst at a more distant target. Again, the bullets struck with devastating precision, punching through layers of reinforced alloy as if they were paper. A third target, set at maximum range, fared no better. The Empire's representative, who had maintained a smug expression throughout, now stared in stunned silence. The rest of the crowd was equally transfixed, their laughter replaced by wide-eyed disbelief. The heavy machine gun, despite its rudimentary design, was proving itself to be a weapon of unmatched efficiency. Carter allowed a small, satisfied smile. "This is what we call reliability," he said, his voice cutting through the shocked silence. "No energy cores to fail. No delicate components to malfunction. Just raw, mechanical precision." The demonstration continued for another minute, the gunner methodically destroying each target. By the time the final round was fired, the testing field was a landscape of shattered metal and smoldering debris. The chamber, once filled with derision, was now silent except for the faint hum of cooling systems. Carter stepped forward, his expression calm but resolute. "Primitive, you say, and yet it delivers results." The weight of his words hung in the air, challenging the Empire's arrogance and forcing the spectators to reconsider their assumptions. The heavy machine gun's final burst left the last target obliterated, shards of reinforced composite scattered across the testing field. The sound of the weapon still echoed faintly in the chamber, a sharp contrast to the heavy silence that had overtaken the crowd. The alien spectators, who had moments ago laughed at the simplicity of the human weapon, now stood frozen, their disbelief evident in their wide eyes and gaping mouths. Among the Galactic Empire's delegation, the smug confidence had evaporated. The representative, who had been so quick to mock humanity's relics, now clenched his jaw, his eyes narrowing as he struggled to process what he'd just witnessed. Beside him, a high-ranking military officer whispered, barely audible, "Those targets were designed to withstand direct hits from our most advanced weapons." "How is this possible?" Carter, still standing calmly beside the machine gun, waited a moment before speaking. His voice was measured, cutting through the stunned silence. "Your targets are optimized to counter energy-based weapons. Shields that deflect plasma, alloys resistant to heat and radiation. But kinetic force? That's something else entirely." The murmurs began to spread through the crowd, delegates from countless alien civilizations exchanging uneasy glances. One leaned toward another, their translucent skin shifting colors as they spoke. If such primitive technology can do this, what else are they capable of? The Empire's representative attempted to regain his composure. "Impressive theatrics," he said, though his voice wavered slightly. But this doesn't prove superiority. Your weapon lacks the sophistication and adaptability of ours. It's a one-dimensional tool, suited only for destruction. Carter met his gaze with quiet resolve. It's not about sophistication. It's about efficiency. This weapon has been used for centuries, often in environments where advanced technology would fail. Battlefields soaked with mud, scorching deserts, frigid tundras. It doesn't need perfection to function. It just works. The Empire's officer stepped forward, his expression a mix of curiosity and skepticism. But it's obsolete. Surely, in the face of modern warfare, this design has no place. Carter gestured toward the shattered targets. Obsolete doesn't destroy your most advanced materials in seconds. Obsolete doesn't fire hundreds of rounds without faltering. And obsolete doesn't leave an entire room of advanced civilization speechless. A sudden voice from the crowd broke through. "Let me see it." The speaker, a delegate from a neighboring star system, approached cautiously, their multi-limbed frame moving with a mix of intrigue and apprehension. They examined the weapon closely, their elongated eyes tracing its simple lines. "This is remarkable," they admitted reluctantly. "No energy source, no reliance on fragile components. Just pure functionality." Other delegates began stepping forward, curiosity overtaking their initial skepticism. Questions flew rapidly. How was it maintained? How reliable was it? How did humanity perfect something so deceptively simple? The Empire's representative, sensing his grip on the crowd slipping, interjected. "Enough! This changes nothing. The Galactic Empire remains the pinnacle of technological advancement. This demonstration is nothing more than a reminder of humanity's backwardness." Carter didn't respond immediately. Instead, he motioned toward the machine gun, allowing its presence to speak for itself. When he finally spoke, his tone was calm but firm. "You underestimate us because we don't play by your rules. But adaptability and ingenuity are what kept us alive long before we even knew you existed. And they'll keep us alive long after." The crowd's murmurs grew louder, no longer filled with derision but with a palpable respect, even unease. The balance of power in the room had shifted subtly but unmistakably, and for the first time, humanity was no longer the subject of ridicule but of cautious admiration. The chamber remained tense, the weight of what had just unfolded settling over the crowd. Delegates from across the galaxy exchanged glances, their previous disdain replaced by a growing curiosity, and for some, an uncomfortable respect. The heavy machine gun, an artifact they had mocked as a relic, now stood as a testament to something they had failed to understand about humanity: a mastery of pragmatism and unyielding effectiveness. The Empire's representative, still grappling with the humiliation of the moment, finally spoke. "This changes nothing," he declared, his voice straining to regain authority. "Your weapon is destructive, yes, but it's a crude solution. The Galactic Empire operates on principles of precision, elegance, and superior intelligence. Your display is nothing more than a fluke of outdated thinking." Carter stepped forward, his demeanor calm, unshaken by the desperate deflection. Superior intelligence? Precision? Elegance? None of that matters when the simplest tool can achieve the same result, sometimes better. He gestured toward the machine gun, its metallic frame still radiating faint heat. "You call it crude, yet it rendered your advanced targets into rubble. You dismiss it as outdated, yet it has functioned perfectly for centuries. If this is a fluke, it's a remarkably consistent one." Delegates murmured among themselves. The Empire's officer, his earlier skepticism now replaced with unease, muttered, "If this is their past, what does their future hold?" One of the alien delegates, a representative from a system known for its tactical prowess, addressed Carter directly. "You've demonstrated raw power. But what happens when the environment changes? What happens when the stakes rise?" Carter's expression didn't shift. "Humanity has thrived because we adapt. When the environment changes, we change with it. When the stakes rise, we rise to meet them. This weapon," he said, tapping the machine gun, "is a reflection of that adaptability. It's not perfect, but it works. And that's all it needs to do. The crowd was silent again, the truth in his words undeniable. One by one, delegates began to see not just the machine gun, but what it represented. A species that thrived on ingenuity, resilience, and the ability to see opportunity where others saw limitations. A delegate from a minor star system approached, their movements hesitant. "We misjudged you," they admitted. "We thought your kind fragile, tethered to antiquated ways. But now I see that your strength lies in your refusal to abandon what works, even when others do." Another stepped forward, this one from a powerful trade consortium. "Perhaps there is something to be learned from humanity. Simplicity has its merits. Would you be open to discussions of collaboration?" Carter exchanged a glance with his team, the faintest hint of a smile on his face. "We're always open to partnerships," he replied, "with those willing to see us for what we truly are." The Empire's representative, sensing the momentum shift, tried one last time to assert dominance. "Don't mistake this for a victory. The Galactic Empire will always be the pinnacle of technological advancement. One demonstration doesn't change the balance of power." Carter turned to him, his tone sharp but measured. "This isn't about victory or power. It's about respect. And today we've earned it